Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and wouldn't you know it, another shitty ass episode of Raw. You know, a lot of people in the comments like to ask me from time to time, Brad, it's your own fault. Why do you still watch wrestling? You do it to yourself. If you don't like wrestling, fuck you fucking idiot, and shit like that. I hear that on a constant basis. So, you know, I know a lot of you people in the YWC. I've sang a couple of times. I've sang some songs for you guys. So I figured, you know what? Why not sing a song from the heart, right there from, the depths of my chest cavity, bring forth the song that will, explain to the YWC exactly why I continue my quest in the wrestling world, despite all my bitching and complaining and moaning. And when people say this bitching and complaining and moaning, I know that's exactly what I'm doing. I've never said once that that's not what I'm here on YouTube to do. Now, if there were good things to say, I would say it. And I do. I always say when there's something positive. Remember when I said SummerSlam was great? I truly enjoyed that show, but people attacked me. And then people were saying, oh no, you're just saying that to go against the grain and shit. But, it's not how it is. I'm not really interested in ruffling any feathers or anything like that. I'm just really here to state my opinion. So, thing is, just here to state my opinion and talk about some good old fashioned wrestling. That's right, men in their underwear touching each other inappropriately. That's what I'm here to do, guys. But yeah, so, why, Brad? Why do you still watch this fucking bullshit if it fucking sucks cock? Well, I'm never gonna give it up. I'm never gonna let you down. You're my subscribers. I won't hurt you. Won't give up wrestling. Won't ever do it. Won't ever desert it. I'm gonna watch Raw. I'm gonna watch every pay-per-view. I'm gonna review it too. I'm gonna bitch and complain and moan to you. Well, there you go, folks. There's a song right from the heart, right from your YWC champion. It was a champion quality song right there, worthy of praise, worthy of, all your likes and fucking positive comments. And I'm sure everyone is going to say, copyright infringement! That's a real song! Well, there you go. That's what the YWC is all about, and that's why I'm a part of it. It's a big fucking clusterfuck of maniacal insanity. That's exactly what the YWC is, and I'm happy to be a part of it. But anyway, we started off with Dean Ambrose. He was, well, first it was Kane backstage. The authority's not going to be there, so Kane's in charge. He makes a lumberjack match with him and Seth Rollins. Well, anyway, then it was Dean Ambrose cutting a promo in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton comes out. Ambrose is getting too much of the spotlight, so, Orton's got to come out and steal it back. Orton reminds us of, how long he's been there, and I just said to myself, fuck, have I really been watching all those years of Orton? And the answer is yes. I've seen every single last minute of it. And every minute sucked cock. So Orton knows what he's doing. And somehow Orton knows about the match that Ambrose is going to have before Ambrose knows about it. Instead of making a big announcement, Orton's like, oh, I heard about the match we're going to have. And that's how we learned about the match. Anyway, it's going to be the two of them against Luke Harper and Braun Strowman. I'm not a big fan, as I've stated in the past, of booking tag matches on a fucking pay-per-view or special event where there ain't no tag titles to be had. What the fuck else point is there to have a tag match? This ain't like Evolution versus The Shield, where I can understand why that be on pay-per-view, or why it's versus The Shield. Instead we're getting little offshoots of The Shield versus the Wyatts, and Orton has nothing to do with the fucking Shield. So I don't even, he got nothing better to do. This is what I've been saying about him. He's wandering around. It looks fucking pathetic. It's like a fucking dog without an owner just wandering around the fucking streets like a fucking stray. Orton's like a fucking stray dog, exactly. Someone should fucking put him out of his goddamn fucking misery. For God fucking sakes, Orton's got nothing to do but just, fucking encroach upon other fucking storylines, just like Cena does. When they got nothing new for Cena, just make him a part of another storyline. The fuck? Even when it doesn't make any sense. Why is Orton there? What fucking purpose is he there? The Shield has a history with the Wyatts. Orton don't have any fucking history with them at all. If they wanted to do Orton versus the Wyatts, then, build the storyline. Don't just fucking drop his ass in there for no fucking reason. So then the New Day came out and they cut a promo, and it wasn't the funniest promo that they've done, but New Day is always entertaining, and the New Day actually beat Orton and Dean Ambrose, so that was actually pretty good to see. I liked it at the end, that actually fucking Kofi Kingston pinned Orton. The only problem I have with the finish is it would it have killed them to have Kofi grab the tights of Orton so he could cheat to win? Really, in essence, it was kind of a fucking clean win when you think about it. And, this really harps back to what Stone Cold's been saying in this podcast. And I know I mentioned this a lot, and that's because I agree with Stone Cold about a lot of things. If you're going to be a heel, especially like with New Day, they should be winning with cheap tactics. See, they do everything else cheap in WWE, but when it comes to establishing a heel character, they fucking suck at it. Because nobody wins with fucking... Like, when Kevin Owens won the IC title against Ryback with the rake to the eyes, that was good because that was a heel move. So, no. Instead, it's a fucking just plain ass schoolboy roll up, and I was a little bit fucking confused by that. Like, they're just gonna have Kofi pin Orton like that, but I'm not complaining really. I just complained, but I'm not gonna play. Altogether, it was an all right match. It was a pretty good way to kick off the show. New Day looked strong, getting the win there. It was a decent match. Then up next, you had Nikki Bella defeating Naomi. Naomi looked okay in this match with the fucking plancha over the top. She got distracted at the end when, Brie Bella jumped on the table. We want Sasha! We want Sasha! Shut the fuck up! God damn, these fucking Bellas are annoying as fucking shit. For God fucking sakes, the sound of their voices is like, it fucking penetrates your fucking brain. Shut up! Holy fucking shit! Shut your goddamn fucking whore mouth! I mean, goddamn. God, it's enough we have to sit through these Divas matches, but when they fucking talk, Jesus fucking Christ. And everybody was chanting, we want Sasha, we want Sasha. Exactly. Get these other fucking dumbasses out of the ring. We don't want to see them. Here's the thing. What I don't get about this match also. Isn't Team Bad heels? So why are they wrestling another heel team? How is anybody supposed to get into this when it's face versus heel? And I know, we're talking about this from a mark perspective here, but yeah, most of the time you want to get a favorable wrestler against non-favorable wrestlers with the Bellas. And nobody gives a shit about all these other fucking divas. This is not a Divas Revolution. Now they're saying, oh, the Bellas like to take responsibility for the Divas Revolution. First of all, there is no revolution. And if we're going to call the revolution being based solely on the fact that there's always 2 Divas matches on Raw and that we had simply 3 new wrestlers, just 3. That's not a lot, really. That's not a revolution. That's adding 3 other divas to the roster, which look like fucking shit, by the way. And basically, you're pretending like there's more of a focus on the division. But nothing has changed at all! Nothing! Nothing has fucking changed in this fucking division. You know, Charlotte is the fucking Divas champion, but I keep forgetting that she is. I still keep thinking Nikki Bella's with the title because the division looks just as irrelevant as when she had the fucking title. So, there you go with that. You know, that's what I think about it. Because Charlotte's won the title, they had a little celebration, and basically, they're all wrestling the same. It's the same fucking boring pace every single Divas match. You know, the Revolution should have been NXT, style wrestling. Not this hold them back and wrestle these fucking formulaic, boring ass matches that nobody wants to fucking see. They're all chanting, "We want Sasha. We want Sasha." You know, the thing is, doesn't that give them a fucking clue that we don't give a fuck about the other girls? We've been seeing them wrestle for years. Naomi, Tamina, the Bellas, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox doesn't even have anything to do with the fucking Bellas. They just threw her in there for whatever reason. And I don't get why. It's basically the same fucking division. It's all the same fucking girls. It's all the same fucking divas. Nothing has fucking changed. Nothing has fucking changed at all. They just added 3 new divas that they're making just as irrelevant as the ones that were already fucking there. So that doesn't make any goddamn fucking sense. There's no, where's the fucking revolution? What has changed? A revolution indicates change, the overthrowing of a previous power or something like that. I don't fucking know. Look it up in Webster's, for God's sakes. But it means something like that. Fucking American Revolution. Fucking Industrial Revolution. You name it. You know, all these things spark change within the world. This is not sparking change within the world of professional wrestling and the world of women's wrestling. They were doing that in NXT. But if they want to keep them on the main roster, it's the main fucking roster. They should look better, not worse. Why is developmental looking better than the fucking main show? When you bring up the wrestlers to the main show, they should look better. They're under brighter lights, a bigger spotlight, more people, bigger events. It's fucking cable TV that you're on. You're on the fucking USA Network, for God fucking sakes, or wherever you're watching this, Sky Sports. Who gives a fuck where you are? Doesn't matter. It's a bigger platform than watching on the fucking internet. But, that's how it goes. Anyway, backstage we had this award by Payday. Yeah, Payday to fucking Candy Bar. Most unconventional superstar. And it was Brian Sex Addict going around outside and shit, asking random fans, "Oh, who do you think is the the most unconventional superstar?" Or they probably had to explain to half of them what the word unconventional meant. But anyway, Dean Ambrose was the name that kept coming up as strangely enough. I don't think anybody said Bray Wyatt. If they did, it was like one person. But one kid's like, Dean Ambrose. Why Dean Ambrose? Because he's strange. And then a lot of people said Paige. So Paige won most unconventional superstar. What an award! Sponsored by a fucking candy bar. So then, like, Paige is acting like a fucking goof. I don't care. I understand, like, Paige is trying to have a character. She's trying to be goofy. I don't understand this. I saw her cut her promo one time in NXT, and she sounded pretty good. Now she's on the main roster, and like I could tell, like she's really fucking overacting. Oh, this is such an honor. It's such an honor to be considered the most unconventional superstar. And then she grabs Brian Sex Addict by the jacket, and then she like feels him up, and she pulls out a candy bar, and then she takes the candy bar. what more really needs to be said about this segment. I mean, it really fucking speaks for its goddamn fucking self. I mean, was that a promo? Was that a fucking advertisement? Was it both? What the fuck was the goddamn point of it? They could have put that on WWE.com. What? Fuck Brian, sex addict. Fuck Paige. Fucking payday candy bars. For God fucking sakes. I mean, what the fuck did that have to do with all the fucking shit tea in China? I don't fucking get it. You know, I've seen them do this shit before, but for God fucking sakes. I mean, holy fucking shit. What a fucking dumbass fucking segment. I mean, you want to promote something, go ahead. Do it through the announcers. You're not going to get a product over by doing a shitty ass segment like that. Remember when JR, and fucking King just used to say, what the sponsors were for the show? That's fine. We're watching that. We hear what the sponsors are. Oh, all right. You know what? Maybe I'll get a payday candy bar. Paige is doing it in some weird fucking, whoever fucking wrote this. I mean, was that written by a kindergartner? I mean, no, I'm fucking serious. I mean, like, was that written by a grown man? I mean, I know the writers are trying to please Vince McMahon, so, his ass tickles at night. But, the fact of the matter here is, like, did McMahon find that appealing? Did it give him a fucking erection to see Paige fondling a Brian sex addict and pulling a candy bar out of his jacket? I don't want to really harp on this, but, I mean, holy fucking shit. I mean, really, could it get any dumber? Then Cena comes out. And, of course, this is the part of our review where I have to talk about Cena, and I have to talk about this here for a minute. I'm getting ready for another fucking Cena rant. So here's the thing. What I don't get, and I want to talk with both of my hands, so I'm going to put my title down for a minute, but don't worry, I'll pick it back up later. Anyway, so this is the thing with fucking Cena. Fucking goddamn motherfucking cocksucking Cena. Big Match Joan! So, this is always my problem. Cena comes out. Da 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 da. JBL, what a reaction. Almost 90% of the crowd is booing the fucking shit out of this man. Face of the company. Anyone. Cena's coming out there. And he's dancing to John Cena sucks song with the fans, and it's like, I understand what he's doing. He's embracing the hate from like back in 2012, just going along with the hate. And he's, kind of like getting into it with the fans, showing that it doesn't bother him. And I get that. And the thing is, then he gets in the ring, and he addresses the fact that that he's in this arena, and he loves being in this town, and the thing is, it really is at this point in the game, it's so fucking pathetic already. I mean, it really is, guys. I mean, he's coming out, the whole crowd is booing his ass. He's the top baby face. He has to get in the ring and say the name of the town in the arena he's in order to get a pop. Basically, that is the fucking cheapest form of cheapest form of a pop that you could possibly get. So, I was about to say heat, but it's really a pop. So anyway, he has to say that. That is the cheapest thing, and it was even Mick Foley's gimmick for a time. You get in the ring, and you say where you are, and then you compliment the fans on their enthusiasm. So, of course, the fans are going to applaud themselves, pretty much, because you're complimenting them and their contributions as a crowd. So, there you go. And the thing is, it's just so stupid, because this is nothing new. This is pandering that's been going on for fucking 10 years, over 10 years, going to be 11 years pretty soon. Ever since Cena won the title in 2005 and he became the full-on babyface, with no real heel elements to speak of. And the thing is, it's like, how great would Cena be as a heel? The guy does know how to interact with a crowd. It may be cheap and everything, but as a heel, you can even see it throughout his WWE career. He knew how to get under people's skin, and he still does. And he would be perfect as a heel. And the truth of the matter is this: he sucks as a babyface, and he has for 10 straight years. I mean, that's really the whole point of like why people hate him. I mean, he is not the worst wrestler. I will say that when people say Cena is the worst wrestler, that's not true. The guy does sell. He sells pretty well in the ring. He botches sometimes. Not all the time. Only when he goes for moves that he's not comfortable with, like the sunset flip that Mysterio used to do. And that's understandable. So he botches moves. But, the thing is, it's like, it's his character. It's the fact that he fucking wins all the time, pretty much. And, they're trying to make him like Hogan with the win-loss record. But, it's even going beyond Hogan's win-loss record. There's way more wins. He's won way more times than Hogan's won in the win-loss records. And so, the thing is, it's like, it's really all about his character. It's all about how they fucking book him. And that's really the fucking truth of the matter of it. I mean, that's really the fucking truth of it. It's really just how they're fucking booking him. If he came out there and he hated on the crowd and he talked with a little bit more of an edge. I mean, Cena is just the most generic wrestler of all time. I mean, truthfully, his catchphrase is "come get some," which was something that wrestlers had been saying for fucking years before Cena started saying it. It's a generic catchphrase, and Cena is just all around just very fucking generic. I mean, basically all his promos consist of is just stating the obvious. They're never thought-provoking. At one time when he tries to be funny, it's usually poopy jokes or some obscure fucking reference that, it just comes off being extremely lame. When New Day does a reference, it's actually pretty good. But in this case, it's not. We don't fucking like Cena at all. So having him do this shit where he fucking panders to the crowd every single night, comes in there and acts like it doesn't bother him, it's unrealistic. It really is. Don't you think you as a person, if you came out and you fucking got booed by the crowd every night, it would start to wear on your psyche? You would. Human beings, when they're, being pelted with an excessive amount of hate, it's going to get under their skin. It gets under the skin of sports stars all the time. We see it. And they end up, fucking raging. So, it wouldn't be, fucking too much out of the fucking box to fucking have Cena go heel. But that's never going to happen. But I was just really thinking about it more than ever on this particular night. So, Cena's doing the U.S. Open Challenge, and it's Dolph Ziggler, and here's the thing. Dolph Ziggler is a guy that's been fucking working his ass off ever since he got in the company, and they changed his gimmick to Dolph Ziggler. And the thing is about him is that he's put in all the work, he's gotten the fans behind him, but, and they've given him specific wins, certain moments where, he's looked pretty good. He has beaten Cena. He has done it before in a ladder match. So he's done that. And he did beat the Authority at Survivor Series, with the help of Sting, and that was a great fucking moment. What would be better than building off of all this shit and making Ziggler into a top star? Because we all know his world title wins have been nothing more than fucking jokes. So every single time that it appears that Dolph Ziggler is breaking the glass ceiling, another fucking glass ceiling appears right after the one he just broke. And what we have here is a career that's been going on for, oh, I don't know. He's been in the Spirit Squad since 2006. So we have a good 9-year career here in the WWE that's gone fucking nowhere. And when you start off as a male cheerleader, just because Vince McMahon tells you to do it, I think you deserve a little fucking something, don't you? So here we go. Ziggler, fucking in the match, and it's a good match and everything. He's hitting Cena with everything he has, and when you know it, he loses. He loses, and it's not just that he lost; it's fucking how he lost. As I said, Cena and Orton are like almost one the same. I mean, they both do the same shit. Both getting storylines that don't involve them. They got to steal the spotlight from more popular wrestlers. I mean, look right there. Orton comes out with Dean Ambrose. Ambrose is getting cheered. Orton wants some of that. Now, truthfully, Orton does get some pretty big reactions at times. I'm not going to lie. When I was at the MSG show, the crowd went fucking insane for Orton. I'm going to be perfectly honest. They loved him. And I didn't understand why. They love Cena. I mean, they hate Cena, but they love Orton. Didn't quite get that. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. But anyway, a lot of the time, a lot of people dislike Orton. So Orton does the same thing that Cena does. Getting reactions and leeching off of other wrestlers, getting involved in feuds that don't pertain to him. And generally, there's nothing left for him in the business to do. So he's kind of just hanging around doing random shit like John Cena winning the U.S. title. It does nothing for him. It's doing nothing for his opponents. And, here's the thing. A lot of people are a fan of this U.S. Open Challenge, and I see a lot of other people in the YWC. Some people like this U.S. Open Challenge, and they think it's a good thing. And I even did praise in the beginning, too. I said, this is good. He's giving opportunities to other wrestlers. But the fact of the matter is this. It's been going on for fucking months now. Nobody who's been in this U.S. Open Challenge has really gone anywhere. Has Neville gone anywhere? Has Barrett gone anywhere? And now Ziggler, he's not going to go anywhere after this. So, we've had a bunch of wrestlers get involved in this U.S. Open Challenge. And, the thing is, it's very predictable. We all know that they're all going to lose to Cena because Cena's not going to be willing to put any of them over, or he's told not to put them over. Whatever the case may be, we know that they're not going to win. So we're watching a match where we know the outcome. And a lot of times that's a big fucking killer for a wrestling match, knowing the outcome. It's nice to know that you don't know the outcome, that you're kind of confused, that they've given you some elements to believe that truly any competitor could win the match. And that would really truly be the best scenario for a wrestling match, not knowing who the winner is. Like back in the day, we didn't know when certain wrestlers were going to win or lose. When Stone Cold lost, it was a total shock because thing was, they booked it smart. Stone Cold would lose every now and then, but then always find a way to get, his momentum back, but never by burying the wrestler that just beat him. No, they would do it in such a way where they would know when to pick their spots and when to have Stone Cold regain his momentum. So you see what I'm saying? There is a way that they can have wrestlers beat Cena without affecting Cena's integrity, as being this unstoppable force. And meanwhile, you have Michael Cole going off on a fucking tangent about Cena being a legend. He came such a long way from 2002 facing Kurt Angle on SmackDown. And they were doing this all throughout the night. They kept on talking about the Allstate Arena and, what is with them as of late? Have they been getting fucking hard-ons for arenas? Oh, Madison Square Garden! So sexy! So legendary! So historic. Allstate Arena. Oh my God, if you had a hole in your walls, I'd stick my cock in it and pleasure you. Oh, the history. I mean, they just kept going on and on about it. Mentioned it a couple of times. Cena already mentioned it. Michael Cole. Oh my God, the history of this place. It's making me horny. You know, like, what the fuck, man? Come on. What the hell's going on here? Enough with this fucking arena. Fuck the fucking All-State Arena up its fucking ass. If it had an ass, fuck it up it. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, fucking, if this fucking arena is so historic, then put on a good show in it. Where's the good show? Oh, I love the All-State Arena. All right. We'll do something inside of it that's worth the fucking damn to live up to historic accolades that you're fucking spouting up your fucking ass, Michael fucking Cole. For God fucking sakes. The show's sucking in your historic arena. So anyway, what I was going to say about the John Cena match is how cheap it is. Why is it that every single time somebody hits a cross body on Cena, he has to get up, put him on his shoulders for the fucking attitude adjustment? How many times are they going to do that spot in the fucking U.S. Open Challenge alone? I mean, come on. Oh, they hit a cross body on Cena. He's going to reverse it. Yeah, what the fuck is this? And then you have Seth Rollins hitting a frog splash. Cena getting right back up. And look how he won the match. Oh, attitude adjustment out of nowhere. How does Cena do it? I know how he does it because he just I don't know. How does he do it, John? I don't know, Michael. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. That's how you end this match? After the back and forth, Cena just hops up and gives him the fucking attitude adjustment. What a cheap fucking finish. No transition. Just right to the finish. The fuck is that shit? The fuck? It's bad enough he won the match, but, here we go. And, hey, all right, Ziggler, we'll see you in a couple of months for your next fucking match where it looks like you had the chance to go over, but you're not. I don't get it. Ziggler's over. He's over with the crowd. So why is he not over in the eyes of the WWE? It makes no fucking sense at all. I don't get it. I could see with Neville. He's not getting a big crowd reaction. But that's because they're booking him like shit. Here's the fucking thing. Why are wrestlers responsible for getting themselves over? That is like 50% of it. It works both ways. It's like a fucking relationship between a guy and a girl. It works both ways. You shouldn't be responsible for just getting yourself over. The writers should be helping you get over. You shouldn't have to rely, on your fucking shitty ass storyline and matches that you're given to be able to get over. Because the scripted promos also are not helping that in any way. You can't expect somebody to get over when you're given shitty tools to work with. I mean, that's like saying build a house and all you're giving me is a fucking chisel and a hammer. Oh, okay, where's the nails? Where's the wood? Where's the bricks? Oh, figure it out yourself. I mean, come on! How am I supposed to build shit when I'm given limited resources to work with here? And how the hell is anybody supposed to get over when this shit's going on? I mean, I don't fucking get it. How are they supposed to get over when they're not given a chance to? And then blamed for not getting over when they're not given a chance to do that? It makes no fucking sense. Anyway, I've got a lot more matches to get to, guys. I apologize for the length of this video, but I just had a lot to rant on. Anyway, so then you had the Dudleys defeating the Ascension. Okay, they bring the Ascension up from NXT, and they're not doing fucking shit with them. They just job out to the Dudleys like they've been doing to every other team. Anyway, Sheamus and Barrett defeat Neville and Cesaro. So this is what they do with Neville and Cesaro. So Cesaro's over big with the crowd. Neville's having, a little bit of a problem getting over. So I can see why they might tag team him a little bit. So maybe he could feast off of the reactions from Cesaro a little bit. But here's the thing. What's going on here? What's the point of this fucking tag match? Are they somehow working towards a Sheamus Cesaro feud? Where did Cesaro even come from here in this? I don't get it. Neville, he had a match with Sheamus last week, and Barrett was there. So I kind of get that, but where is Cesaro coming from here? Don't get it. So I guess Barrett and Sheamus are a thing. This match was cheap. It was short. There was nothing to speak of here. Neville didn't get a chance to display any of his skills. Neither did Cesaro. So there was no point to it. Then you have... Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, I really want to apologize for the length of this video, but I didn't even get to the Roman Reigns promo yet. So, I want to thank my subs for watching this far, if you've gotten this far in the video, because I just really had to fucking say what was on my mind about this show. Anyway, Roman Reigns here. So here's the promo. Roman Reigns is cutting this promo in the middle of the ring, guys, and he's getting the what chant, and, I understand Reigns, trying to interact with the crowd a little bit. Oh, what? You guys can't hear me, and he smiles. And I'll appreciate that with him. The guy is being a bit of a trooper. He knows that everybody hates him. He knows that everybody dislikes him. But, he's going to go forth with the promo anyway. So, but the thing is here, it's like they're saying what to him because they don't like him. I mean, so putting him out there, cutting a fucking 10-minute promo, it's all monotone, and pretty much all Reigns is doing is just saying what happened to him. And he's whining out there, pretty much. He's whining and he's complaining. He's saying, oh, Bray, he took away my title shot from me at Money in the Bank. First of all, I don't even remember that from fucking 4 months ago. The Money in the Bank, it happened all the way back in June, so, I don't even fucking remember that shit. Barely. I do, but, I'm just saying, most people won't remember it. And he's just fucking complaining and bitching, and the crowd is just booing the shit out of him. They're chanting boring. Yes, a very vocal boring chant. Not just like one of these light chants. I mean, it's a big boring chant. It's like 60-70% of the crowd. And Roman Reigns like, oh, it's not boring. He's like, think about if somebody was after your family. This is real. Sorry, Roman, that was not the right thing to say. I really don't, I don't have a suggestion really how to react to the situation when the whole crowd's chanting boring. Would have been a great time for a heel turn. But, it's scripted. And, you can't really expect Roman Reigns, who's playing the babyface in this feud, to suddenly go heel. But it just looked so fucking lame. I mean, it helped Bray Wyatt look that much cooler that, he's going in there against a lame-o like fucking Roman Reigns, who can't even fucking, cut a promo without the crowd staying awake, for God's fucking sakes. And it's just, seeing Roman do that, I mean, it just diminished a lot of his credibility. Oh, this isn't boring. This is real. Stop booing me. Oh my God, guys, that was just, well, anyway. Then you had Roman Reigns, and he defeated Braun Strowman by countout. So he knocked Braun Strowman off his feet. He knocked him over the announcer's table, and he got counted out. That was a pretty unique thing that Braun Strowman, a big, physically intimidating guy, He was not knocked off his feet yet in WWE. You know, and they did this for a time with Rusev and everything. But Braun Strowman is like triple the size of fucking Rusev. He's a lot taller than him. He's a lot bigger. You know, he's huge. They're billing him at 400 pounds. And he's probably close to that somewhere because the guy's tall and he's pretty fucking wide and he's big. And the thing is this. It's like, why did they give up that allure? You know, that Braun Strowman, here's a guy that the creepy Wyatts brought in. He looks like he's a fucking brick wall, and he hasn't been knocked off his feet yet. And, you know, as soon as Michael Cole says it, it's like it instantly happens. He's knocked off his feet. And not just knocked off his feet. He's knocked off his feet and gets knocked over the fucking announce table. And, you know, the thing is, it's like, not only could they have saved this for a later time, and they could have built off of this. They could have made this a big thing. Braun Strowman hasn't been knocked off his feet, got into a pay-per-view match. Braun Strowman hasn't been knocked off his feet. Can, you know, a wrestler A knock him off his feet? And they could have had matches. Kind of like, remember with Chris Masters? Wasn't a big fan of him, but I'll give WWE credit with him. That, you know, no one broke the master lock. And they kept going with this for a time. And until it was eventually broken. And the thing was, it was done fairly well. I mean, you know, it was like Chris Masters' hold was indestructible. It was the one finisher that nobody could find out how to counter. Personally, I would have fucking kicked Chris Masters in the fucking balls. That's just me. But, you know, anyway. I thought that they could have added this to a storyline, but instead, they don't do anything. And, you know, fucking babyface Roman Reigns is, you know, avoiding a fight on the outside, doing cheap shots and stuff. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. Are they going to make Roman Reigns a heel or not? Because certainly looked like he was ready to take on the role of one. Everyone's booing him. You know, he would have enough reason to go against the crowd. I say make the motherfucker heel. If you're going to keep him on the roster and you're going to, you know, keep him as like a centerpiece, then fucking turn him heel for God fucking sakes. Because this babyface thing is not working. And I don't think it's ever going to work. You know, as I said, some guys have it and some guys don't. And Roman Reigns, he doesn't have it. And they've done enough with him. You know, he's been in the company for a couple of years now. And still, you know, really haven't seen anything new from him. Nothing groundbreaking. And it's not going to happen. He is boring. And his moveset's very limited in the ring. He's very limited in the ring. And he has limited appeal. He's got a cool look to him. I'll give him that. But aside from that, that's it. Then you had Ryback defeating Rusev. Again, here's some more shit to complain about. So I don't like Rusev. But there was a time when Rusev was undefeated. He had never been pinned or submitted. He might have lost by DQ or count, but he had never been submitted or pinned or beat in a decisive fashion. And that was, you know, good for Rusev. It made him look strong. And WWE kept that up for some time. And, you know, credit to them for doing that. You know, 1,000 boring Jack Swagger matches later, you know, we kind of got sick of it. But nonetheless, he was undefeated. You know, from a certain perspective, I guess you could say. But Ryback just beats him here in like 3 minutes. You know, it's like basically a squash match, I guess you could say. And, you know, after the match, you got Summer Rae who's coming out there. And here's the thing. She is cheering for Rusev during the match. Then after the match, she starts yelling at him because, you know, now they're making it public that Rusev and Lana are getting married in real life. So now that happened, this whole storyline, which that had been going on for 3 months now about, is now out the fucking window. Goodbye. We're not going to deal with that shit anymore because now everybody knows that Rusev and Lana are dating in real life, and now they're gonna get married. Everybody fucking knew that already. I guess they were trying to capture the outsider crowd, which is important to do, but still, nonetheless, a lot of them still watch TMZ. A lot of people watch TMZ. A lot of people look at internet news. So the fact that that's not just wrestling news, that's like celebrity news now, thanks to TMZ. There was no point to the storyline. It was fucking boring and atrocious, and now it's over. And she slapped Rusev and she walked away. So, are they going to bring Lana back now? And how are they going to explain this? And here's also the other thing. Why was Summer Rae cheering for Rusev during the match if she was mad at him? Well, she was faking it? Oh, I'm going to fake cheer for Rusev and then yell at him at the end of the match. I mean, I know this is wrestling. It's fake, but could they at least act? Movies are fake too, but at least they're, the actors most of the time act in a convincing fashion to try to convince that they really feel a certain way. I mean, the fuck? I mean, can anything be logical in this fucking company? Is that like something that's possible? Is that something that they could do? Are they capable of it? I mean, what kind of a story? You spend all this time on the storyline and nope, that's it. Okay, so if they knew that this shit was gonna happen, that this was gonna be exposed, okay, so maybe they didn't know that Rusev and Lana were gonna get engaged and shit. But the thing is, most people already knew that they were really together. And I don't know. It's just the fact also how they handled this situation. I think they were just better off just forgetting about the whole fucking thing. Anyway, then it was Kevin Owens defeating Kalisto. Match was okay. I guess it was a little short squash match. Seeing Owens take on some different opponents is pretty interesting. So, I like the way they're doing this. Having him take on different challengers, and it makes Owens look pretty strong. So, I mean, he is looking pretty strong in his mid-card role. I will give them that. Then it was Brie Bella and Alicia Fox defeating Charlotte and Becky. More irrelevant women's wrestling. Fucking Brie Bella hitting the missile drop kick from the outside. Off the top rope. After a fucking distraction or whatever the fuck happened, and they end up winning. Charlotte's the Divas champion? Really? Okay. Anyway, Kane comes out now as Demon Kane because Triple H tells, regular unmasked Kane that he can't be in the match and to change it and get a replacement. So, Demon Kane. Demon Kane is the replacement. And I gotta say this. He beat Seth Rollins in the match. So everybody is like brawling at ringside for whatever reason. And this is a cheap way to get a big brawl going. There's no purpose to it. They do this every time they have a lumberjack match. Everybody just starts fucking fighting for no fucking reason. And why? What the fuck started that? It's like a cheap way of getting a big brawl going. Back in the day when they would do this, it had a purpose. Like it was WWE and the Alliance or some shit. But now it's just like, oh, we have a lumberjack match with a bunch of guys. Let's make them all fight. Crowd will love it. No! Lame. Stupid. Nonsensical. Cliche. Boring, really. I can't get into it if there's, no reason behind it. It just looks foolish. And I guess Rollins was distracted or whatever, and Kane fucking beats him. Pins him right there in the ring. Staging his career, he's fucking beating Seth Rollins. Fuck that fucking bullshit. What a bullshit fucking show. I mean, like, you're gonna have Kane beat the world champion? I mean, how many fucking people have beaten, Seth Rollins just on regular TV alone, not even fucking pay-per-views, special events, whatever. Cena's beaten him countless times already. He's beaten him in every match imaginable. Even the cage match, he's beating the fucking world champion. Hell, even Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury have fucking beaten fucking Seth Rollins on Raw. I mean, how many more people are going to beat Seth Rollins? You know, I feel like at this stage in the game, I could fucking beat Seth Rollins, for God fucking sakes. I mean, why? Why is he not fucking allowed to get any big wins on TV? Oh, we're booking the champion so he looks vulnerable. You know what else is vulnerable? This. You know, the middle finger right here. Yeah, come get it, motherfuckers. It's vulnerable. Yeah, fucking assholes. Fucking making your champion look like a fucking nincompoop, for God fucking sakes. Fucking horrible ass fucking show. A 50-minute review, a 50-plus minute review. I just had to get all that shit out. It doesn't matter, you know, I fucking apologize if this was a little bit too lengthy for some. It was a little bit too lengthy for even me, but I needed to say certain shit here, and I had to get it off my fucking chest. Ooh, my chest feels a little bit lighter. Anyway, but yeah, there you go anyway. There's your fucking review. Shit-ass show. A lot of shitty shit happened on it. Fuck it. 50-minute review, for God fucking sakes. Fuck.